Welcome to the Peachtree Morning Show by DCI. It's a wise way to start the day. Hope you enjoy.
Good morning, everyone. Today is Monday, May the 4th. Welcome to the Peachtree Morning Show. How are you? Juan, how are you, Geshe-lag? Welcome, everyone.
Hello,
Thank you for
everybody.
joining us.
Good morning.
Morning.
And we have a very nice question from Agnia from Latvia. Okay, let's hear it.
From Latvia. Hello, my name is Agnia and I'm from Latvia. We usually talk about planting seeds in other people using them as a soil. But I'm wondering if we can also plant seeds in animals, insects, birds, plants, trees, and generally the nature around us, by helping or harming them. If yes, what are the seeds that we could plant and what result can it give? Thank you.
Wow.
I love this question. What do you think? Who wants to start?
It's a great question. Juan, you want to start?
Okay, me first. Well, I'm gonna try to put in practice one of the 10 deeds, one or two, three of all the deeds, but with animals. So, for example, the first one is protect life. What if you protect the life of an animal? That will plant a seed, so you can be in a safe place after that, or that seed will help you if you are in a dangerous situation with your life, maybe. So that could work. Or I remember the other one, like if you speak kindly and sweetly to others, but you can apply it to animals. What if you speak very kindly and sweetly to animals? By watching yourself speaking kindly and sweetly and hearing yourself talking to your animal in that way, that will plant a very nice seed, so others will treat you nice in the future. I have these two ideas about this question so far.
Yeah.
What about Victor?
Okay, cool. I think it's possible to plant seeds with nature and animals because they are part of our environment. So animals are also living beings. They have emotions, they have feelings, and when you are taking good care of, let's say, the environment and the nature, you are helping other people because we are surrounded by nature. So every time you take care of the nature, you are helping other people too, because we are living in the same planet, actually.
Yeah. I can think of two examples. Well, there's more, but in the ancient books, in the vows of a monk and a nun, there's some interesting vow. We are not allowed, for example, when you become a monk, there's a standard equipment you have to have. You have to have lower robe that looks like a skirt. You have to have upper top with a long shawl, so you can sleep at night under the tree. It's like a sleeping bag. And you're required to have a begging bowl. And you're required to have a strainer, some kind of strainer. And you're supposed to carry that around all the time. And when you drink water from a stream, you're supposed to strain the water first, so you don't kill the small insects, So actually, every monk is supposed to carry the strainer everywhere, And so I think that's a respect for even the small life. And the result is very powerful result for your health. And then the other example I'm thinking in those vows, we are not allowed to cut the green trees or the green plants without a special ceremony. And they say why? And they say because everyone depends on these plants. Humans, animals, they all depend on the plants. And also many plants are home for small, very, very small creatures. So a monk is not allowed to cut a green plant without checking it carefully and without carefully thinking about what is the result for the environment, you know. So I think it's a very cool question. And I think because small seeds create big results, then I think it's a very, these are two examples that we're supposed to be careful about almost microscopic creatures, you know. So I think it's a very, yeah, it's a very powerful karma you can do.
And I think it's very important also to set the intention of taking care of the animals or the nature, because every time you take care of the animals and the nature, you are watching yourself doing it, right? If
Yeah,
you
yeah,
are kind with your dog, you are you are listening yourself. So
yeah,
that plants a seed in your mind. If you have that intention of being kind, even with your dog or with your birds or with your flowers or plants, you are listening and watching yourself doing it.
yeah.
Exactly. And other thing is, if you sympathize with other problems, remember about other problems, people, but what about if you sympathize with other pets, not your own pet, but maybe some animals from the street. If you see a dog walking on the street, maybe you can take care of that dog or give him some food. That would be also like a practical example in the big cities we live in. Don't you think? And I have a question for Geshe Michael. I don't know, because every time we teach these 4 steps, we always say that the fertile soil to plant the seed, it's only in humans. But right now we're talking about nature, we're talking about animals. I mean, why is that?
Oh, I actually think I can give a beautiful example. There was a prince called Big Heart. You know, there's a movie, Great Heart or something. So there
Yeah.
was a prince named Great Heart. And you know the story. He went to the forest. He found a tiger, a mother tiger, and she had 4 babies.
Mm.
And she couldn't find food, so she was almost dead. And the babies were trying to drink from the milk, and there was no milk. So he decided that he will offer his own body to the mom tiger, you know, tigers. And he laid down next to her, but she was too weak to eat him. So he got up and he took a tree branch and he broke it and he cut himself open, scratched himself open. So there lots of blood. Then he laid down again next to her, and then she could lick the blood and she got stronger. And then she was able to eat him, you know. And then his last prayer was, when I become a Buddha, you know, then you guys have to be my first students. You 5 guys have to be my first students. And because of that prayer, he became the Buddha in this world. And this Buddha had 5 students. His first 5 students were those 5 mom tiger and the 4 babies. And they became his first students. So it must be that you can have a very powerful result from Juan's question. It must be also that you can have a powerful result from an animal seed, helping an animal, even if if you have the motivation, strong motivation. It seems like you could even become a Buddha from that seed of helping an animal. You know?
Yeah. And I think also the animals and people are the same. We are also animals, and we are exactly the same, but the different fur and different skin, and we are walking in 2 legs, and we have a different language, but basically we are almost the same, or the same actually.
Yeah.
So taking good care of the animals is like taking good care of my brother, of my mom. Yeah, am I right?
I think so. Also, I have a feeling there's just some people in the United States nowadays, they say this virus is a result of hurting the animals. And you know, this virus and the HIV and I read an article from Princeton University yesterday, and it said all of these recent viruses came from meat, from eating meat, from killing animals and hurting animals to eat meat. So I read a very famous biologist from Princeton yesterday said all of these viruses are gotten from animals to humans because we grow them from meat. So if you're talking about seeds, then it makes a lot of sense to say that the virus should come from growing animals for meat, especially to kill wild animals for meat. That apparently this is one of the big reasons that these viruses mutate into humans, and it's very. When I read that, I felt a chill up my spine. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's correct. You know, it must be if we hit our environment. Yeah.
Yeah. And so if we are talking about that, also, if you enjoy in your thoughts, in your mind, when you watch some animals that are being harmed or are in pain, because there's a lot of ways to, I know a lot of people that enjoys when animals are suffering.
Yeah.
So that thing or that enjoyment, it's also planting that seed you are talking about, I guess.
Yeah, there's a long list. We are translating a book in the translator classes. By the way, you guys are invited to our translator classes. You can write to this email, and you're all invited. There will be 65 ancient book translation classes starting May 19th. Everybody's welcome to register there. But one book, we just finished one book this month. It's called Karma Vibhanga, which means all the different kinds of karma. And the Buddha is teaching about this subject to his students. And someone asked him, what's the karma to have a short life or bad health? And then he said, to kill a human or animal yourself, or to pay another person to kill is worse, because then you get two bad seeds. You get the bad seed of making them make a bad seed, and you get the bad seed also. And then they said, or encouraging other people, or congratulating other people. You know, like in America, we will have soldier who shot many people, sniper, who killed many people, and they will say, oh, you're a big hero, you're very brave, you know, and people, if you celebrate the person who killed many other people, then you also make some of that karma. And it's very interesting that there was a movie about a famous sniper, American sniper from the Middle East. And in the end of the movie, he came back to America, and some man asked him to teach him how to shoot like that. And at the practice place for shooting, the man turned around and shot the sniper and killed him. And that's how he died, you know. And it's amazing karma. So anyway, to encourage other people, I think to watch shows about animals killing other animals, or same.
But about that, I have a question, Victor. Just indigenous people, when they sacrifice an animal, it's not like when you kill an animal in the cities. It's different because they make like a sacrifice, and they pray for the animal because they need the animal to survive. So in that case, the seed will be different, right? The karma.
I think this is also covered in the Karma Vibhanga. It's covered in the same text. And there's a story. It's a very frightening story. This Arya, this guy who saw emptiness, he's standing on the street, and a cow got by, and he started to cry. And his friends asked him, why are you crying? And he said, I'm not going to tell you in public. Let's go inside. And he went inside, and he said, this is the fourth time this guy is being killed as a cow, you know. This is the fourth time. They're going to kill him in a few minutes, you know, sacrifice. And then the guy said, why 4 times? He said, because he made sacrifice of the cows many times in his life. And he told his son to do the same thing after he died. And then when the son started to sacrifice the cow, after the father died, that was the father. So the son sacrificed his father 4 times.
Hmm.
Wow.
Because his father asked him to sacrifice. You see? So yeah, but I think I'm from Arizona. We have a wild country here. We have deer in my front yard every day.
Wow.
Us. Beautiful.
Yeah, and they will come to my house almost every day. And I remember my father. He will say, "It's bad to kill the deer, but if you don't eat the deer, it's worse." So I think it is very bad to kill the animals, but it's even worse to waste them. I think, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, cool. So let's start wrap this up.
Yeah,
We have to give Agnia a couple of tips how to start, what to do. Who wants to start?
Juan,
Okay.
you start. We need 3 tips
Okay.
for Ahmed.
Yeah, my tip is it's very important to protect animals' life, like we were talking about. And second, sympathize with animals' problems, not only humans, but also animals, and be very kind and sweet when you talk to the animals, even if it's an insect or if it's a pet, whatever, you talk good. Even if it's a spider, it doesn't matter.
I want to say, for my suggestion, Ahnia, is plastic bags. So I went to France and I bought some. I don't know, like I bought like a croissant, and I asked for a plastic bag, and they say we don't sell them because it hurts the ocean. So and then I thought, wow, I'm using plastic bag my whole life, 67 years. Maybe 10,000, 50,000, 100,000. They are still in the ocean. So I think to respect the ecology and do the small things at home. Don't use the plastic bag.
Yeah, I love that. So my suggestion is make a big deal of you taking care of the nature and the animals and celebrate at night. And I have this kind of issue with the water. I love to save water. I hate when people, waste water. And every time I, you know, save some water, I think in future generations. I'm thinking I have kids, so I have 2 children. So I'm thinking in my grandchildren, using that water I'm saving now. So my suggestion is make a big deal and think you are helping so many people, so many animals, and celebrate at night, coffee meditate, right?
Yeah,
So
that's cool.
thank you so much. I think
Okay.
that was a very nice episode. Tomorrow we have Jean and Kelly. Uh, did you guys have another announcement?
Oh, let me see. We're still looking for music. If people want to send in a music mix, Spotify music mix, send your music mix to this address. And so far this week, we had amazing music lists. Like they're all good. So I don't know how we're going to choose one,
Yeah,
but they're all amazing music lists. So please send them in. Also, I'm very happy to have someone from Latvia. I think it's the first time. And we are very happy to have someone from Latvia. And we hope all Latvia people will send us questions.
yeah. So we have a very nice question for tomorrow, Juan. You
Oh
have it?
yeah, I'm gonna show you the question for tomorrow. Are you ready? Let me
Yeah.
see.
Shoot.
Hi, Gaslam. My name is Thanh, and I'm come from Vietnam. We love you so much about your teaching, and I have questions about depth. Number one is which is exactly common that listeners get to be in debt. Number two, how can we resolve these problems? Thanks for your listening. Bye bye.
I don't know if you listen well.
Okay. So, okay. Thank you so much. See you on Wednesday.
Okay, see you guys again.
Bye. See you.
Yeah. Bye.
Thanks to Juan and Victor.
Thank you for having us again. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching today's Peachtree Morning Show. See you next time.